a few new things for my room, including my new reading chair. This is my reading chair next to my bookshelves, and there's Luna. And then the other thing I got for my room that I'm so excited for is this rug that's gonna go in my reading corner. It is small. It's like the perfect size for this little corner, and I love it. It's black, and it's kind of like a Persian rug, and I'm really excited to put this down, redo my shelves, and just see how my room ends up looking. I think it's gonna be really cozy. The next morning, and I decided that instead of alphabetically, which I spent all that time doing, I want to go back to by genre, but this time classic itself is not going to be a genre because I want to mix together my classics and modern books. I just want to see how that would look. So instead, classics will be in their own. Classics will be in other genres like in horror, fantasy, romance, things like that. So I have just reorganized a lot of the books by that. Dark academia, gothic horror, because gothic is going to be a whole, that's going to be like majority of my shelves is gothic, but I'm going to split gothic into like sub-genres where it's going to be gothic horror, gothic romance, gothic fantasy, and I'll have just like normal fantasy, normal romance, normal horror, thriller, things like that as well. The main reason I wanted to rearrange my shelves was to have all my gothic books together just in sub-genres. I also just woke up, so I don't really have the energy right now, but my first coffee of the morning and my favourite Stranger Things mug. So I am halfway through this book and I don't have much to say, but one of the important things I do have to say is I'm a little, just slightly disappointed because everybody says that the second one is much better than the first, but so far I've been realizing I prefer the first one. I like this one less. I'm still enjoying it and I still like the world, the atmosphere, the characters, and just the series in general, but it's a little disappointing because I did like the first one better so far at least, but I am still enjoying it, so that's a good thing. One of the things that's kind of making me feel that way is like it's a spoiler, and I'm gonna try and keep this spoiler free. So I'm gonna try and be vague, but there is a romance in this book that I think happened too quickly and at the wrong time, with like the circumstances being so bad and tension being high. I just feel like it didn't fit. So that's just how I feel about that, which is kind of because in this book we get more perspectives than we did in the first one, and one of those perspectives is pretty much just fully that relationship, and it's just I'm not really enjoying that much, to be honest. I much prefer the other perspectives we're getting. Like, they're my favourites as opposed to that one. So yeah, those are my thoughts so far. Not too many, just a slight disappointment and not liking the romance really. Oh no. Oh no, there's a tear. So it's a few days later, and yes, I did finish Two Twisted Crowns. Finished it with tears. I did not end up having quite as many tabs as I did in the first book, but that's mostly because the first book had a lot of introduction to the magic, and so I had a lot of tabs for that. We kind of already knew the magic going into this one. I know the last time I gave an update properly was halfway through the book, and I was feeling disappointed, and there was a perspective I didn't really enjoy because of how heavy it was on the romance. But after that point, when I just read and focused on the other perspectives more, I really enjoyed it, especially later on with the journey that we were going on with some of the characters to find the last card in the Providence deck. And there was a small portion of this book that really reminded me of the TV show The 100. There's just something along the journey that I was just thinking, oh, The 100. So I mean, I liked that, but I ended up giving it a 4.5, but I rounded it up to a 5 on Goodreads, and I ended up upping the first book to a 5 as well. I don't know if these are like perfect 5-star books for me, but I do really like the series and the characters and the storyline and the magic system. It's all, I enjoyed it all, so I decided to up them to 5 stars. They would kind of be more 4.5s. I just really liked them, and I don't really have many 5-star books, especially this year, that I've read so far. So I'm like, if I'm feeling like I really like a lot that these books had in them, then I'm just gonna call it 5. Because I kind of do have levels to my 5 stars. Some of them are not favorites, but they're still 5-star books, and some of them are more 6-star books. So yeah, I can't really talk about much that goes on in this book because this is a spoiler-free reading vlog, and this is the second, the final in the duology. But I did cry that second to last chapter, like the chapter before the prologue, was really sad, and I am happy with how this ended. I'm definitely going to read more from this author when she puts out more books. She has one coming out this year, The Night and the Moth, I believe it's called. But I do really like the series, and I'm really sad that it's over and that there was only 2 books. I really grew to care about the characters, and the world was just so interesting and unique. I could definitely see myself rereading the Shepherd King duology, and I definitely recommend it to anybody that likes a good romantasy. It is a romantasy. The first one was less romantasy, I feel like, because it focused a lot more on the plot and there was only like a little bit of romance. This one had more romance, but it was still heavily focused on the plot, so I call this more fantasy than romance or romantasy. But if you like fantasy with a good plot as well as a romance subplot, definitely read these. This is like the one time that I have agreed with it being a TikTok book. I'm just really picky, and usually anything that is like loved by TikTok I don't end up liking, but this one, I think that the hype was worth it, especially if you like gothic atmosphere. This definitely has that. This might be the end of the vlog. It's a pretty short one, but I did redo my bookshelves in it and read this book only. I just really want to get this vlog out there and finish so I can move on to filming another one or more videos in general, because I can't really keep that many clips on my phone because of a storage issue. So that's usually why my videos are shorter than I kind of wanted them to be. But absolutely recommend. I love this series. The One Dark Window is up there, and this will go back on the shelf. It is so hot. For us, we're now in the middle of fall, autumn, and it's so hot. It's not fair. It's not fair. But yes, I am so glad that I read this series and gave it a chance. I really enjoyed it. I definitely would reread it in the future, and I definitely recommend it, like I said. I guess that's the end of the vlog. Let me know if you have read this series and what you think of it, and also what you think of my new bookshelves. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Black shelves with dark spines. I don't like the colourful look just for my room, because I like my room to be quite moody looking. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you'll stick around for more videos. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.